expression of happiness. Right. I'm not used to playing this. Boy, you couldn't miss with a dozen roses. Such would astound you. The joy. Children laughing all around you. It is true. The makings. I'm talking about the makings of you. Yes, ain't?
Special with Aretha Franklin from her house just outside of Detroit in Bloomfield Hills. And sitting there at the piano with her, and she starts singing Curtis Mayfield's song, The Makings of You. Add a little sugar, honeysuckle, and I just lost it. I just started crying. You know, we're recording this special. I just started crying because there was so much in that moment to me. It was, first of all, the greatest voice I've ever heard in my life is singing to me, one-on-one, in my ear. This is the queen. I'm sitting on her throne, and I just didn't know how I got there. Wow. You know what I mean? It was too much for, how did this little boy used to look for a Cadillac end up here? You know, and then let me take this all the way to the end. Her funeral. I went to her funeral in Detroit, and as I'm walking down the aisle, when I first got there, and the casket's laying there, she's got these two big burly bodyguards at either end of the casket. And as I get up to her, you know, I wanted so badly to touch her, but I didn't know if that was allowed. You know, I've never been to a royal funeral before, you know, and but before I know it, my hand is on her, man. And lo and behold, they didn't pick me up by my elbows and take me away, you know? And it was that moment I realized that although you're a villager, she is your queen and she belongs to all of us, you know, and you are worthy, you know? And it was just a very deep moment for me, man. I just truly, truly, truly love that woman. I've never heard a voice, I've never heard anyone sing with more passion. There's no one that moves me more than Aretha Franklin. No one that feels a song more than Aretha, man.
I mean, for our generation who didn't get to see sort of the best of it, I mean, we would know her when she sang with George Michael, you know, in the 80s. So we'd seen a different, we didn't get to see her back in the 60s and the 70s. What was different about her singing and her as a?
It was just what passion. No one can match that. I mean, had an incredible voice. There's no question about that. But just, it's like, even though Aretha didn't write, I would say most of those songs, when you hear them, you'd feel like there's no way she didn't write this. That she has this has to be from her, you know. But she just would just take that song, man, and it just became her. Just, I mean, oh God, one song, Until You Come Back to Me. Every time I would hear that song for I don't know how long, there's one section when that song would play that I would just cry, you know. And I don't mean to sound like some sappy punk, you know, but I do cry often when I listen to music. And sometimes it's not that it's so good to me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm moved by it. But this one song, it must be like living in a time. But anyway, hear my plea. That section there, every time I would cry. And when she died, the night before her funeral, Stevie Wonder was here in Washington, D.C. performing. As a matter of fact, they moved Aretha's funeral back to that Friday because of Stevie's commitment that Thursday, because they wanted him there. So they moved her funeral back one day to accommodate Stevie. So I'm at the concert, and I didn't know this. Stevie, at this point in the concert, acknowledges the Queen's death. And he says, I want to play a song. It's a song I wrote for Aretha. And he plays Until You Come Back to Me. And I go, I had no idea. And when he gets to that section, he lost it. He lost it. He just started crying. The same section I've been crying on for all these years. You know, it was just such a spiritual moment for me to, you know, friends too. And to learn of that connection that I didn't know. All these years, this thing has moved me so, but I didn't know that that was one of the reasons why. This is Stevie too, you know. So anyway.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, to press the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do have a new interview. Loads to come, but thanks a lot for watching.
You know.